What's up, everybody, and welcome. Today we are going into one of the most powerful, faith-filled, and jaw-dropping moments in all of Scripture. It's not just a story, it's a prophecy, a promise, a picture of what happens when you take a stand for God no matter the cost. We're talking about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, three young Hebrew men who refused to bow to a culture gone mad, even when the furnace was turned up 7 times hotter. But this isn't just about standing in the fire, this is about what happens after the fire. When you come out without a burn, without a limp, without even the smell of smoke. So if you've ever been through hell, if you've ever stood your ground while others bowed, if you've ever wondered why the fire didn't kill you, this message is for you. Let's dive deep. No fluff, no filter, just truth. Today's scripture is coming out of Daniel chapter 3, verses 13 through 30. King Nebuchadnezzar had built a 90-foot golden statue and commanded everyone to bow when the music played. This was forced idol worship, and everyone in the kingdom bowed except for 3 Hebrew men who feared God more than the fire. Their names were Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, renamed by Babylon as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And when everyone else compromised, they stood tall. So let's break this down. The first point I want to make is the culture will always demand your worship. In Daniel chapter 3, verse 15, it says, "But if you do not worship, you shall immediately be cast into a burning fiery furnace. And who is the God who will deliver you out of my hands?" Nebuchadnezzar represents every prideful, power-hungry system that wants to control you. And when the music plays, the pressure to conform, the threats, the fear, you will either bow or you will burn. But these men didn't flinch because their identity was in God, not Babylon. They weren't confused about who deserved worship. The world will always try to get you to bow to something fake, culture, money, influence, compromise. But when you know your God, you don't bend and you don't break. The second point I want to make is faith doesn't always mean rescue, it means trust. In Daniel chapter 3, verses 17 and 18, it says, "If this be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace. But if not, be it known to you, O king, that we will not serve your gods." They said God can save us, but even if he doesn't, we still won't bow. That's not casual faith, that's death-defying devotion. That's what real loyalty looks like. They had no guarantee of a miracle, but they had unshakable conviction. Faith isn't about demanding outcomes, it's about trusting God in the fire, not just outside of it. The third point I want to make is the fire was turned up, but so was their favor. In Daniel chapter 3, verse 19, "Then Nebuchadnezzar was filled with fury, and he ordered the furnace heated 7 times more than it was usually heated." Sometimes your obedience will make the fire hotter. When you choose purity over popularity, holiness over hype, or truth over trends, the attack will intensify. But don't panic, because when the enemy turns up the heat, it only proves who is really walking with you. The fourth point I want to make is, there was a 4th man in the fire. Daniel chapter 3, verses 24 and 25 says, "Did we not cast 3 men bound into the fire? I see 4 men unbound, walking in the midst of the fire, and they are not hurt. And the appearance of the 4th is like a son of the gods." Jesus shows up in the fire. He didn't prevent the fire, he didn't block the furnace, but he showed up in it. God doesn't always deliver you from the fire. Sometimes he delivers you in it. And his presence in the fire is better than a life without trials. The 5th point I want to make is they came out without even the smell of smoke. In Daniel chapter 3, verse 27, it says, "And no smell of fire had come upon them." This is the part preachers skip because it's everything. The fire didn't touch them. Their clothes weren't burned. Their hair wasn't singed. And here's the miracle. They didn't even smell like what they'd been through. When God delivers you, he doesn't just pull you out. He cleans you up. There will be no residue of the trauma, no trace of the trial, no evidence of what was meant to kill you. People will look at you and say, "You don't even look like someone who's been through fire." The 6th point I want to make is the fire became a platform for promotion. In Daniel chapter 3, verse 30, it says, "Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon." Not only were they delivered, they were promoted. God used the fire to elevate them. What was supposed to be their death became their divine announcement. The very thing meant to destroy you is going to be the thing God uses to promote you, protect you, and proclaim his glory through you. You may be in a fire right now, financial, emotional, spiritual, mental, even relational. You may be standing alone. You may be facing pressure to compromise. But don't bow. You're not alone in that fire. The 4th man still shows up, and when he brings you out, it will be without scars, without smoke, and without shame. You're not coming out limping. You're not coming out bitter. You're not coming out broken. You're coming out clean. If this message lit a fire in your spirit, share it. Somebody else needs this. Somebody else is in the fire and needs to know they're not alone, and they won't come out smelling like smoke. And if you've been through something and made it out to the other side, remember, your survival is your sermon, your scars are your testimony, and your life is proof that God still shows up in the fire. Until next time, keep standing, keep trusting, and don't let the flames fool you. You're coming out, and not even the smell of smoke will be on you. God bless.